Good afternoon, folks. I'm going to talk a little bit more today about the frigate issue that I was talking about yesterday, the U.S. Navy's frigate issue, and the class that was just canceled. The USS Constellation and the Constellation Class was to be the newest frigate class for the U.S. Navy, and it was just canceled. If you go back to the 20-teens, there was a U.S. Navy program for an FFGX frigate class. Now, they ended up going with and selecting the FREM frigate, F-R-E-M, I think M-M. Anyhow, it's an Italian-designed frigate, very popular around the Mediterranean. I think the French and the Spanish and I think Egypt and a few others, including Italy, use it. It's a multi-purpose frigate. It can be fairly reconfigurable. Anyhow, when the U.S. Navy got their hands on it, it looked like it'd be a great pick. And it probably would have been if it wasn't for a few things. First of all, it's a foreign designed vessel and it doesn't necessarily use any existing machinery or jigs or anything like that that's already available. So machinery has to be prepared for it here in the United States in order to produce it. Probably not the biggest one, that's just one of them. Probably the biggest problem is the U.S. Navy couldn't decide exactly what they wanted on it. They couldn't decide what systems they wanted on it. They couldn't decide how they're going to configure it. They kept messing with the design. They lengthened it. I think they added a bunch more weight to it. Basically redesigned the whole thing to the point where it's a brand new ship. So years and years late and, past all the due dates, they've decided now to cancel this. It probably would have been a very effective ship. They're still going to build two of them, and they're probably going to be just fine. But the problem is, too late, too much money, too expensive, too much feature creep. And we see that a lot in a lot of weapons programs with all the armed services. The point of a frigate is to not be a small destroyer. It's supposed to be a vessel that can be used for anti-sub work and hunt submarines, escort cargo vessels, escort troop ships, escort oilers, and things like that, but not necessarily to be a frontline combatant. It's supposed to be able to handle subs, and it's supposed to be able to self-defend. And so they kind of got in their minds that they were going to turn this into a mini destroyer, mini Aegis destroyer. So that's part of the problem here.